Hi, and welcome to vlog, I don't know which one, because I've missed 4 in a row. I'm really sorry. I honestly don't think there's anybody out there who's lost sleep any of the last 4 nights because I've not did a vlog. But I do apologise because when I first started this vlog I said I wanted to do it for accountability reasons, and as far as accountability goes, that sucks because I've not did it. I had a really huge few weeks and loads of stuff happening, just loads of things going on, and I said to myself that I was going to take a couple of hours out on Saturday, and what actually happened was, because I was doing so much work getting up to that stage, by the time I got to Friday my body was just like, we can't do this, we're tired, take some time out. So I had a couple of hours off on Saturday, I was back to it on Sunday, but I didn't feel like I was in a motivated enough place to come on here and try and impart some of that motivation and inspiration onto you. So I didn't do it because I didn't want to have it. It wasn't like anything particularly negative was happening. It was a great day on Sunday. I was speaking with Selena from Refugee. This is her last week in her full-time job. Good luck, Selena. I know you're going to be fine. And then on Monday I was out for lunch with a couple of business associates over here. So I wasn't in a bad mood or anything like that. But I think when you're coming on to YouTube to tell potentially hundreds of people about how great it is having your own business and why you should make the leap, you've got to be in a certain frame of mind for that. And I'm usually in that frame of mind every single day, but I had this bug work on me over the weekend, and I couldn't work out what it was. I thought it was the heat because the temperature has jumped up about 15 degrees in the last week, so it's now consistently 45 degrees. I'm dying. It's too hot, I can't cope. I thought it was that, but I think I actually had picked up a bug or had ate something dodgy. So I'm back, and I can't promise 100% that will be the last time I ever miss a couple of days, but I'm going to really try not to, because I do enjoy doing this daily. I get a lot from it. So before I finished up for the weekend of being sick and lying in my bed, we were talking about Get Me to New York, and we were talking about all the different stages that a goal consists of, and how you can work through these stages along the same time as what I'm doing mine, and you can achieve whatever it is that your goal is. And we spoke about the importance of the goal setting, the planning, the preparation. I can't even remember what the other ones were. I did this before as well. I can never remember what I spoke about. I should actually watch the vlogs back from what we've done before. But today what I wanted to talk about was getting comfortable and getting familiar with how big the goal is, right? Sometimes what happens is we set goals that are achievable just so that we know that we're going to achieve them. And I'd said before, don't set this goal until you know that you're going to commit to it. Don't set this goal until you know that you can achieve it. Know that 100% you can commit to it. And you kind of go through this really strange process, right? So you get the idea for the goal. For example, at the moment, mine and Cassie's goal, is to get to New York and to have LWG Developments building a mix of flexible use apartments and flexible use offices in New York City, right? And we want to be in New York City within 6 weeks. Well, it's now 4 weeks. Exciting. So we committed to that and said, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we need to do to get there. And then you divide that up into a number of things. Now, this goal was so much bigger than anything else that we've ever done, not just together, anything else we've ever done individually on our own. And what happens is, when you're in the process of setting the goal, it's all exciting, and you've got your plans and your steps, and you know what you're going to do, and you've got your way to get there, and it's brilliant. And then when the building blocks start coming in, so you start looking at exactly how much money you're going to have to borrow in order to set up, and exactly how much time you're going to have to spend away from home, and exactly how much work this is going to involve, because at the same time you're running your own businesses and everything like that. And when you start to look at the realities of it, your brain is preset to just freak out, I believe. I think when you tell yourself that you're going to do something which is so huge that you almost don't believe it yourself, your brain just goes, nah, let's not do that. That sounds really scary. Why don't we just stay where we are? Because it's really safe and comfortable here and we like it here. Let's just not do that big crazy thing. And most of the time you'll go, okay. And you'll sort of placate your fear by saying, well, we won't achieve it all at once. I mean, don't worry, like this is maybe like, a couple of years down the line. And what you'll do is you'll start to pick holes in your goal because it scares you. And when you look at it and think of what's needed to get there, sometimes all the building blocks that are needed to get there, either there's gaps and you don't know what else is going to come in, or there's some serious lifestyle changes, mindset changes, attitude changes, finance changes, way of life changes. There's all these things that need to change, and change is scary. We don't want to change. Don't want to change in case people don't like us anymore. And what you need to do when it gets to that stage is you need to believe 100% in your goal, commit to your goal, and just trust that the process is going to be okay, and sort of get rid of the attachment to the outcome. Because if we set our goal to be property developers in New York City, and that's what we're 100% focused on, and we just know that every single day we're taking a step towards that, when an opportunity comes and it looks like a curveball, we can look at that and go, okay, so we hadn't considered that before, so what about doing that? And it's not a curveball anymore. Whereas if you're so set on your goal that you're like, we're going to be property developers in New York City, we're going to develop this particular type of apartment, we're going to do it at this price point, in this street, with this developer, at this time of the month, blah, blah, blah. If you do all that and something happens to upset one of those issues, then you're either going to go, can't even think about it, let's just keep going until we get this, or you're going to go, see, it didn't work. And neither of those are very productive, because then you're not going to achieve where you're going. So I think the important thing to remember about a goal is it's going to scare the crap out of you. And if it doesn't scare the crap out of you, then you need to set a bigger goal. If your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough. That's the phrase, isn't it? You've got to keep going until you find that goal which wakes you up in the middle of the night with absolute fear and uncertainty that you might not achieve it. Because let's say you set a goal that huge and you don't achieve it, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to be a hell of a lot further along than you were. But don't beat yourself up for not achieving it either, because in trusting in the process and letting go of the outcome, what you actually find is you just enjoy every step of the journey. And even me taking some time out at the weekends, because I had to and couldn't lift my head off the pillow, I enjoyed that part of the process, because it was almost as if my body needed some rest, my brain needed some rest, and I feel now totally refreshed about that. I'm not beating myself up going, I had a whole weekend planned to work, like I had so much stuff planned, it's unbelievable, so many things that I didn't get to do, but I'm not beating myself up about it, because it's just a curveball, and all I need to do is adjust. So all those things I was supposed to do at the weekend, well, I'll do them this weekend, or I'll do them another time. And all those things that I thought I was going to do this in those times when I was supposed to be doing that, well, I'll just kind of change it up. And I think it's important to be that flexible. And just coming out today of 2 amazing meetings about people who are interested in investing in what we're doing, those meetings couldn't have went better, regardless of how much work I'd done at the weekend. They just went amazing. They were great. The people wanted to speak to me. They weren't interested in all these slides and figures and facts and pie charts and everything like that. So if you've set a goal and you feel supremely confident about every step of the process, and you're doing it alongside me at this time, I need you to set a bigger one. I need you to just put a line through it in your head or in that wee bit of paper that I told you to write it down on, and go bigger. Because you'll surprise yourself with how much you can do if you set that goal so big that it scares the shit out of you. Be scared, feel the fear, and literally do it anyway. And I can only promise you 100% that I am back on track, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys tomorrow. I think I've said this about 5 times now, I will take you through my 10-step Get to New York process, and we'll look at all the other building blocks that you need to put into place to make sure you achieve your goal, regardless of what it is. But I promise you, if you do all this and it's a low goal, you're only letting yourself down, and I will find out. Probably won't do anything, but I'll find out. Okay, have an amazing night, guys. It's so great to be back with you. Here you go, 10 minutes. That's made up for lack of me for 4 days. And I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Happy Tuesday. Bye-bye.